In this video, we've compiled the times undercover bosses got furious. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Brandon from Hamburger Mary's.
We have policies and procedures in place to make sure that all of our servers are taking the best care of our customers. We just want to make sure that those policies and procedures are followed at each of our locations all across the country.
Ashley and Brandon Wright, twin brothers and co-owners of the inclusive and accepting food chain franchise Hamburger Mary's, embarked on an undercover mission to Jacksonville, Florida. Their purpose was to gain first-hand information about the operations of one of their establishments. During their visit, Brandon shadowed one of the servers, Tristan, who gave him a quick overview of the tasks that needed to be completed during his shift.
You gotta have fun.
She is making a really good first impression on me.
You can do fun?
I can do fun. I don't know if I can do serving, though.
If you're gonna be a server, you're gonna look like one, baby.
Tristan made a good first impression, but that all drastically changed within minutes of Brandon starting his shift. She made judgmental comments about Brandon's appearance, comparing him to Doctor Who and Pee Wee Herman. The situation worsened when Tristan began speaking ill of the store's customers.
It's right here. You need to grab some forks, you need to grab some straws. Put them in there.
How many?
A handful of them. You might be right, you might be wrong.
And I guess if they need more, they can ask for more, right?
Sometimes they don't. He said, I waited for silverware the entire night and did not get it, and now my fish and chips are cold. First of all, you don't need a damn fork to eat fish and chips. The is wrong with you?
Throughout the shift, Tristan showed no restraint in berating their customers, recklessly using profanities without regard for professionalism. Brandon and Ashley were shocked by Tristan's sailor-like language, which created an uncomfortable atmosphere for both staff and patrons alike. Their concern grew as Tristan's self-centered behavior indicated she prioritized her preferences over customer satisfaction.
If anybody asks you if you suggest anything, like drink-wise, always suggest our most expensive mixed drink. You're always trying to make your check higher. That's money, money, money. That's what we're doing. Money, money, money.
When it was time for the twins to let Tristan know about who they really were, Brandon and Ashley addressed her remarks and behavior, leaving her absolutely terrified. They pointed out that there was a distinction between being sassy and being rude, and Tristan had crossed into the rude territory. As they were not the ultimate decision makers, Brandon and Ashley called in the franchise owners to handle the situation with Tristan.
Can we just fire me and let me go?
Like, can we fix this? Be retrained as a host and a food runner? Either that or we're going to part ways.
Is that the decision?
Is that your decision? That's my decision. I can't put you on the floor right now.
Number 2. Cortland from PV Electronics.
I'm at PV Hollywood Showroom, and I'm going to be working with one of our sales and tech support guys. PV Hollywood Showroom is right on Guitar Row on the Sunset Strip. It's a lot of cool, hip things going on. A lot of great bands get started here, so it's exciting.
COO of PV Electronics, Cortland Gray, went incognito to explore his audio company's strategy for navigating the post-rock and roll boom of the 80s. Heading to a store in Hollywood, California, he immersed himself in the day-to-day operations to gain valuable insights. During his stay there, he was guided by AJ, an experienced sales and tech support person.
One of the unique things about the PV Hollywood Showroom is that we have a stage where we do live concerts with different bands around the area. So it's really important that this location lives up to the PV standard.
AJ promptly began running Cortland through their tasks. He emphasized the need to set up a guitar and amplifier wall for an upcoming live performance in the evening. Despite Cortland's apparent proficiency, AJ didn't hesitate to identify and address any mistakes his trainee made along the way.
I am really nervous he might put a scratch on it. You see all these like hand marks? These are not good. It doesn't look good. If you need to move the amp, you can definitely move them. You need a hand?
No, I get it.
Maybe he's having a bad day or something. I don't know. That's not a good idea. But it didn't feel like he's here to win this.
As the scheduled band arrived, enthusiastic customers eagerly entered the shop, looking forward to watching the local performance. However, their excitement waned as the band encountered issues caused by the store, dampening the overall experience. This left Cortland worried and in utter disbelief.
I'm thinking, why can't our guys get the sound right? Couldn't hear the singer. They knew it. I knew it. I'm pretty pissed off right now. Why is he blamed it on the microphone? I hear the opposite. We have some good microphones.
During the significant reveal, Cortland engaged in a discussion with AJ, seeking his perspective on the situation that unfolded. AJ openly recognized his responsibilities as the tech support lead and took full accountability. Despite the shortcomings, Cortland held AJ in high regard as an exceptional employee and rewarded him for the good work he was doing.
You know, the other thing that was a big concern for you was your visa. You're a great employee, so we're going to take care of all the costs and expenses related to the legal fees. Is that going to help you?
It's going to help me a lot. Thanks a lot. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Number 3, Ray from TGI Fridays.
Long Island was most profitable market in the entire country for TGI Fridays. The current sales performance in this restaurant is down about 15%. How do we get this business back to its former glory?
TGI Fridays, a renowned restaurant chain celebrated for its enjoyable and family-friendly atmosphere, was facing challenging circumstances. CEO Ray Blanchette donned a disguise and embarked on a mission to revitalize the brand. Ray went to one of their restaurants in Brooklyn to work alongside assistant manager Michelle.
As a manager, there's one main thing that you have to do working in a restaurant. You have to know how to multitask. That's the big word, multitask. Right. In front of the house manager, I'm also the host manager.
Michelle's vibrant and enthusiastic nature indicated her genuine desire to excel in her role as assistant manager. Initially, it appeared that she was well qualified for the position. However, this perception changed abruptly during a discussion with Ray about her training for the job.
She said her training was 2 weeks long. A manager training at TGI Fridays starts at 8 weeks. There's a clear disconnect here. 2 weeks of training, like is that literally the amount of training she's received?
Over time, Ray's impression of Michelle deteriorated as her inadequate training became evident in the disarray of both the restaurant and its operations. She issued orders to the wrong individuals and disrupted the kitchen by mishandling food, causing confusion among the staff. This left Ray feeling frustrated about the situation.
Michelle just took the Cobb salad. The job of a restaurant manager does not have to be that stressful. Somebody needs to sit down and really coach her on better leadership.
Amidst customers voicing their anger over a 25-minute wait, Michelle evaded direct interaction with them and sought answers from the kitchen crew, displaying a disregard for her duties as an assistant manager. Later, when Ray met with Michelle, he didn't shy away from addressing these concerning issues. But instead of reprimanding her further, he chose to be a beacon of hope and encouragement for the struggling franchise.
I'm going to send a quality assurance team, bring the standard up to TGI Fridays standards, and they're going to help you with staffing. I'm going to look to you and your fellow managers to maintain it. Do you think you can do that?
Of course.
How's that sound?
I would love to have that. I always feel like we need a lot more support than we have.
Right.
That will definitely be great.
Number 4, Rich from United Van Lines.
One of my buddies was like, hey, I got a job for you if you want. It turned into like a year later. I'm still doing it. I've just made some poor decisions every time I'm trying to get back. The goal is, all right, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
United Van Lines CEO Rich McClure went undercover within his moving and relocation company to gain insights into employee experiences and enhance their customer service. While working alongside Andrew, Rich learned that the young man was only there to save money for a future job elsewhere. Later in the day, Rich was taken aback by an unexpected interaction between Andrew and the warehouse's general manager, Brian.
That wouldn't make any sense. What's up?
I need to National Weather Service.
He's going out this afternoon?
Yeah, they changed it from tomorrow to today.
Mind asking Mo?
Okay.
He doesn't know anything. Just because he's the general manager doesn't mean he knows what I do from a day-to-day.
Andrew's conversation with his boss was very short. He told him he couldn't do the job.
Rich couldn't help but feel puzzled when he observed Andrew casually turning down a work assignment by his boss. As the day progressed, Rich looked for opportunities to engage in a more extensive conversation with Andrew. Through their discussion, Rich hoped to uncover the reasons behind Andrew's behavior and explore any potential challenges he might be facing in in role.
You think there's opportunity here?
I mean, it still doesn't run like it should. I don't have a good gauge on what they're doing here. Because all I heard about was how terrible this agency was.
Really? You like working with this kind of stuff?
Not
this
really.
Is product. You won't like this as much?
It's just boring.
Unaware that he was conversing with his CEO, Andrew openly expressed criticism regarding the company's management and the facility he worked in. When it was time for Rich to reveal who he really was, the boss confronted Andrew about his negative attitude and his refusal to accept a task, simply because he didn't feel like doing it. He let his young employee know that his behavior was unacceptable.
I observed a situation where your boss called you and asked you to do a task, and you asked him to have someone else go do that job.
I mean, it honestly happens a lot more than you would think in a warehouse.
Does it? But it's not often you hear someone say no to their boss, and so I was surprised.
Rich addressed Andrew's unsatisfactory performance and provided him with valuable advice. He reached an agreement with Andrew, encouraging him to adopt a different perspective towards his job. Rich hoped that this would ignite a spark within the young man.
Here's what I'd like to do. For the next year or so, I'm going to check in with you. We want young, bright, conscientious folks who are committed. So I'm going to call you periodically. And, don't just complain, be proactive.
Yeah.
Think that'd be good advice?
Yeah. I mean, that all sounds fine to me. I'm perfectly willing to comply.
Number 5. Stephen from Lohman's.
Joe Honey Booty Cut, Joe Everything, Chelsea Fit. We're gonna go through this rack and we're gonna make it right. Turn over the back of these pants. What do they say? Cigarette brand.
Stephen Newman, the CEO of Lohman's, decided to gain first-hand insights into the workings of their store in Washington, D.C. To achieve this, he assumed a covert identity and started working as a trainee. Stephen teamed up with Keisha, a visual merchandiser who quickly oriented him on the day's duties.
When I first meet Keisha, we were very rushed, and she was very quick to give me orders of what to do. You doing it or am I doing
it? No, we're doing it together.
I had never done it, and she was already telling me that I was doing it wrong.
Stephen noticed some dissatisfaction with the store's operation since his last visit a year ago and aimed to implement changes. Although Keisha was rushing things, she seemed to be quite a good employee. However, Stephen was concerned about Keisha's negative attitude and lack of resources for visual merchandising in the store.
I don't like how they're running things. We have a corporate structure.
This is exactly what I was hoping I was not going to find. Her attitude is very negative.
Though Stephen's temper was slowly reaching its boiling point, he took the time to evaluate the impact of Keisha's negative attitude on the overall dynamics of the store. After much deliberation, he decided to confront the issue directly, assessing the feasibility of keeping her on board or parting ways. Ultimately, Stephen chose to address this matter during the big reveal.
I want you to make a commitment to me that you're going to do everything you can to make this opportunity a successful one for everyone.
Stephen's actions demonstrated his compassionate nature and genuine concern for his employees' well-being. He went the extra mile to not only support his staff, but also enhance the work environment. Despite Keisha not performing up to par, Stephen decided to incentivize her further improvement.
The store would look a little dated. Your store is due to be renovated early next spring. You'll get everything that you want. And I'd like to give you $10,000 to help you pay off some of those medical bills that I know weigh so heavy on you.
The bosses on the show don't always get furious. Click now to see undercover bosses who surprise their employees with life-changing offers.